Twisted Metal is that kind of game you always talked about on the playground as a kid. It was a pivotal title on the original PlayStation console and remains one of the most highly praised titles of its generation. The concept is simple. You're in a car with a bunch of lunatics and you blow each other up with missiles, flaming chainsaws, and other carnage-wreaking devices. Getting together with a few buddies and blowing up each other ensured a good time for everyone. 15 years after Twisted Metal Black, the series returns with its reboot, simply titled Twisted Metal. Being a big fan of this series when I was young, I couldn't wait to kick the tires and light the fires with the return of Sweet Tooth, but unfortunately the game does little to spark up that nostalgia.
Oh, she was delightful.
Twisted Metal's storyline is not that great, and it's not really supposed to be. Series creator David Jaffe has stated that he hates putting stories in games because it ultimately brings them down. In terms of Twisted Metal, this could not be further from the truth. The story is a mishmash of strange character plots that honestly don't last very long. You can complete all 3 character campaigns within a few hours. But while the plot isn't that great, the challenges you experience during the storyline are still pretty cool. The boss battles are really awesome and really fun, and you'll look forward to battling it out with these giants. The gameplay in Twisted Metal is pivotal to the experience. The control scheme is really confusing at first, but you will get used to it eventually. Choose your car or other vehicle along with the characters and weapons, then take to the streets. Blast your opponents and destroy their vehicles in order to win. In addition to this, there's a new game mode created specifically for this game called Nuke. Nuke has you racing to destroy and capture objectives in order to launch a nuke at the other team's base. Honestly, Nuke is the best mode in the game and gives you a good cooperative mode to play with your friends. Multiplayer gives you access to all the modes and host game system. Unfortunately, you won't be able to change any special variables within your own game. Want to take specific weapons out, or affect health limits, take away med packs? Well, you're not allowed to do that. This kind of limits the creativity of the players and takes a lot of the fun away. Twisted Metal does have a robust unlockable system, however. By playing games and gaining experience, you can unlock new weapons, skins, vehicles, and more to dominate your opponents with. The most disappointing part of this game is the lack of a true split-screen mode. There's 2-player split-screen, but the game lacks a 4-player mode. Honestly, this is what I was looking forward to the most. Getting together with a bunch of friends with some beer and 4-player split-screen. The lack of this mode has honestly given me second thoughts on purchasing the game. The soundtrack is pretty awesome and contains a mix of both original score and awesome copyrighted songs, the most notable track being I Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar, truly a classic. The original tracks are also really awesome and put the metal in Twisted Metal. Explosions sound awesome, roaring engines give you the need for speed like no other. Twisted Metal has come a long way since it first appeared on the original PlayStation. A lot of detail went into the weapons and car models. While the game looks really good, it's not exactly breaking any records though. The graphics can look a bit blocky at times and the destruction effects could be better, but overall the game looks great. Although you won't be paying too much attention to the graphics anyway when you're barreling around a map blowing people up. For Twisted Metal fans, you've got the game you've been clamoring for about years. If you're new to Twisted Metal or haven't played one in years, then you might be a little put off by the confusing control scheme. Regardless of Twisted Metal's faults, it still has a lot going for it with a robust multiplayer mode and tons of unlockables. Also, what's with the live action cutscenes? For more on Twisted Metal, head on over to VGutopia.com.